music. I remember we did She Cooked Me Up and Ate Me for Dinner was one of their songs, and we made a music video to go with it. And it was like, this is the official music video, even though it's never going to be on MTV, and even though we're super low budget, this is the official music video.
Painting, and they were making their own album art, and they had like 12 albums done, and they loved it. And on top of that, they were all really, really serious about being witnesses too. It wasn't like something where you go hang out and it's like, yeah, we're witnesses or whatever, but like, here's a joint. Nothing like that. It actually, like, everybody kind of flocked, and eventually we had this like incredible scene of just tons of people playing music and in bands, and we'd put on like a little like festival thing every year.
They would take over a coffee shop on a Sunday afternoon, and we just flood it with witnesses, and they'd play these, little half-hour sets. It became this local deal. Like, you just knew, everybody knew the band Chloe, everybody knew the band SP3, and it just kind of gained all this momentum locally.
Josh, who decided that he wanted to do a music festival of his own. His property that he lived on was called October Ridge, so he started inviting all these witness bands, and he didn't tell me till many years later that it was because of Nuclear Gopher that he was like, oh, we can do that? Okay, I'm gonna do a music festival. And so a lot of the Nuclear Gopher bands were playing at October Ridge.
This is David's 4th time playing October Ridge. The only veterans here. Without further ado, Day Trip.
They would have like 200-300 kids, and we'd be a big old pole shed, set up a stage on a really long flatbed trailer, and get a PA and wire it up and just have a bunch of kids, from all over the Twin Cities area, playing their songs, and you're like, it's a legit music festival. It had like 10 bands.
Sutter. I played with Ryan and Reed, and that was like my core group. And of course, like my husband now, Eric, also became involved in that. In Chloe, I was the songwriter. I played guitar. Reed played drums, and he produced our music into kind of the twee pop. Even though my songs were actually kind of dark, he made them like really poppy. So it's basically like my songs, his voice type thing.
I was invited to take over on bass for this band called Day Trip. The former bass player had gotten disfellowshipped, and so they were out a bass player. Now, I wasn't baptized, but I was studying and I grew up in it, and they knew that I was on track, that I was trying to get baptized. They took a risk asking me to be a part of it, but the guy who asked me to be a part of it was such a likable, sterling example of what it was to be a Jehovah's Witness that they got away with it. And that's awesome that he did that. They're like the ultimate cool kids in that whole little micro community, and then I became one of them. It's really weird to be like the minutest minor rock star in a group of like 400 or 500 kids. You go to like conventions and kids would walk up to you, "Are you in Day Trip?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. It's tight, you know?"